morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, it's not Monday, but I thought let's still kick it off with some motivation. Here's the quote. When the mind has formed the habit of holding cheerful, happy, prosperous pictures, it will not be easy to form the opposite habit. This is a great reminder that you are in control of how you perceive your life, people, in any situation you encounter. If you are a pessimist and you always assume the worst in people or the worst outcome, well, that's exactly what you're going to get, because the mind is set on that negative outcome and your mind won't be satisfied until you find that misery. But if you keep a positive outlook on life, you see the joy in each day, appreciate the gems in each person in your life, and believe that your situation will turn out great, guess what? It will, because we live the lives that we choose and we tell our minds what we want it to. So by focusing on happy, thinking positive, cheerful thoughts, you will most definitely have a more prosperous day. Now, I hope that motivation resonates, because now it's on to the show. Today we are hitting the icy pond and checking out the location for the upcoming Polar Plunge, where participants take a dip in freezing cold water, all for a good cause. Then singer-songwriter Christiana Danielle joins me in studio to share about her journey from being an Indiana native to making it to the top 10 on The Voice. Plus, she gives us details about her upcoming concert this weekend. And later, the CityMoms is here to share a few holiday hacks with us. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Imagine jumping into this pond at 34 degrees. Well, that's what happens at the Polar Plunge, taking place here in Fort Wayne on February 10th to support the Special Olympics. Now, this is something taking place statewide, and it's a fundraiser, and people brave it out in the cold weather, all for a good cause. And today, I'm going to speak with their co-chairs and find out all about this crazy event. Let's do it. And joining me now are the co-chairs of this event, Jake Pickett and Julie Burkholder. Hello.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Yes, and we have Griffin here, which is your son, and
Yes.
he's an athlete with the
is.
Special Olympics. Hey there, Griffin. Yes. Okay, so it's so funny because it's a little breezy and chilly today, but this will not compare to the day that the plunge will happen, right?
Right, you're right. Water's
You
gonna be a
never
little
know.
colder.
You never
Never
know.
know. Okay. So in case people are not aware of the Polar Plunge, can you give us an overview?
Absolutely. So this is Special Olympics Indiana's biggest fundraiser of the year. There's 19 of them around the state. We host the Fort Wayne Plunge, which will be here at Metea County Park on February 10th. So we'll have, we're hoping for 500 people out this year. We had over 350 last year to come out. They raise a minimum of $99 and they come here on February 10th and take a plunge in the lake.
Wow, okay, that's exciting. And I know that you both have been a part of this event for so many years.
Yeah.
And so I have to ask, first and foremost, have you both jumped in?
All three of us have plunged.
Really?
Because
Yes.
Griffin's plunged too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, will you be doing it this year?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
look, that's commitment right there.
That's right.
Okay, so let's talk about that process a bit, because when I first learned about this event last year, I'm like, say what? You have people jumping in the water.
Yeah.
So on a cool breezy day, they're basically, so we are out at this park. So show me the entry point, or what happens? They just run and just go, woo!
So we'll actually, to pretend this is the beach area over behind the camera,
Okay.
we'll use the beach area, and it depends if it's frozen or not. If the ice is frozen, the fire department, Northeast Fire Department will come out and they'll cut a hole in the ice, and we'll
With a
actually,
chainsaw.
With chainsaw.
Oh!
It's pretty cool. So we'll take a jump in, and then it's a smaller, like you jump in the hole and then you climb out using a ladder. If it's not frozen, then you have to do a run-in plunge. And that basically is what it sounds like. You run in off the beach and just splash and make noise.
High five and come back out.
So,
Okay, so when you jump in, okay, so we do the whoop down the hole, it's all the way covered? Is it head to toe?
the lake is not that deep. It
Okay.
goes up to about my waist. So if you want to go under, you're welcome to. We have rescue workers in the water to make sure no one gets under the ice shelf or anything like that.
Okay.
Some people just tiptoe across. That's all right too. As long as you're in the
Yeah.
water, you've taken the plunge.
Because I'm thinking about that run, and I'm like, once you get your feet in, is it like, no, just
Yeah,
kidding.
some do.
Like,
Some do,
Yeah.
some do.
Seen some
And some
U-turns.
commit all the way and lay down in the water. And
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
we had one athlete one year that stood in the water for a couple, 3 rounds of other plungers because he just wanted to stand there and soak it all in.
Yeah, and so this is a fundraiser, right? And really raising funds for a very important organization for the Special Olympics. And so if someone wants to get involved in it, they just have to raise $99. Do they put up fundraisers or kind of get their friends and family to contribute?
Absolutely, yes. It is a fundraiser for Special Olympics Indiana. So athletes just like Griffin and the 18,000 other athletes across the state of Indiana can participate in year-round sports and leadership opportunities. And like you said, they raise $99 or up. We have people that raise in the $10,000, $15,000 range across the state. And they'll have a fundraising page. They'll share that out via email, social media, hit up their coworkers at work, however they want to raise those funds to come out and join the fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we get great participation, and we get a lot of corporate support too. Local community or local businesses will do sponsorship donations, and with that they can send a plunge team out, and they may not necessarily have to raise the money because their company covered it for them. So we get a lot of matches and a lot of those things. So we're targeting $100,000 this year. We raised over $80,000 last year. That's up from $8,000 10 years ago. So we're continuing to grow this thing and carrying the momentum. Metea Park's been a great partner. Can't ask for a better place to do the plunge and have a good partner.
And what the overall goal for Indiana is $1 million.
It is $1 million this year, and we're celebrating the 25th year of the Polar Plunge.
Yeah.
So what better year to hit $1 million?
Yeah, and I love that it's taking place around 19 different counties in Indiana because everyone can participate. This is
Absolutely.
a statewide affair, and it's happening here in Fort Wayne on February 10th. Now, if someone cannot jump for whatever reason, can they come and watch?
Absolutely. Oh, we also have a virtual plunger option.
Oh, okay.
And the virtual plunger is for those folks that don't necessarily want to get wet, but they want to raise the funds for this great cause. You get the same swag and you get to have all the same fun. You just don't have to get cold and wet.
Okay.
We'll allow that.
Just at home, kind of dip your toe in the in the
that
tub
too,
at
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So if someone wants to learn more information about this event or sign up and just really get involved, where should they go and what should they do?
The Special Olympics Indiana website is the best place to start. So you can register there, soindiana.org. You follow the Polar Plunge links. You'll actually create your own customized page that you can send a link to for people to donate. You can join someone else's team, create a team yourself. So it all starts with Special Olympics Indiana's website, and then you start raising money from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And before I let you all go, Julie, can you kind of just share with me just your experience? I mean, your son has been involved in this organization for so long, and it's really a great outlet for him to be able to stay active and get involved in sports. Can you explain the importance
Absolutely.
of that?
It's not only sports, it's leadership and it's friendship and it's socialization and it's family. Some of my best friends and his best friends have been developed through his involvement at Special Olympics. He's a year-round athlete. We just finished up bowling. He went to state and got gold for that. You want to show him your gold medal
Gold
there?
medal.
Wow.
And now we're in the basketball season. After that, he'll go to track and field, and then we do golf in the summer.
Yeah.
So it's year-round involvement activity. We have leadership opportunities for our athletes to learn skills that will take them through life.
Okay, I love that. Thank
Yeah.
you both so
Right.
much.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure talking with you. And if you would like more information about the Special Olympics Polar Plunge, we'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Christiana Danielle is a singer, songwriter, national recording artist, and is an Indiana native. She competed on NBC's The Voice and landed in the top 10, and she's been growing her craft ever since, including an upcoming concert at the Euell A Wilson Center. So joining me today is Christiana Danielle and Shirley Woods, who is the owner of the Euell A Wilson Center. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good,
Great.
how are you?
Good. Okay, so we are in the holiday season, of course, and you have this big performance coming up called Home for the Holidays.
Yes.
And we're going to get to that in a moment. Let's start off by talking about your career some, Christiana. So you have just really ventured out and challenged yourself and have pushed yourself in so many different entities. So kind of give us an overview of your career.
Yes, so I started off on NBC's The Voice. It was definitely kind of like a fluke. I wanted to see what I could do, and it was really fun. And that's when I realized, oh my goodness, I can be an artist. This is something that I really want to do.
Wow.
Up until that point, I was just, I would do worship or I would just sing to myself. So that was really great. After the show, I continued to sing, I continued to speak, and then I went to get my master's in social work. So I moved out east to Rutgers, and I'm equally as passionate about my artistry as I am about helping others and being a champion for mental health. And so that's what I did, and then obviously we went into the pandemic, and I still was singing and helping and speaking, and so now I'm ready to kind of hit the ground running officially.
Right.
And I wanted to come home for the holidays and do this Christmas concert in honor of the Euell Wilson Center. It's a fundraiser. It's going to be a great time. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so you say you kicked off really pushing your career on the show, and that's really great. I mean, what a way to challenge
Right?
your vocals and your performance elements and just all that you had to offer. And so what do you think is one of the biggest things that you learned as an artist and about yourself through that experience?
Yes, I learned to really elevate my artistry, who I am. I really learned to dig deep and kind of hold that above other people's standards for me, other people's opinions of me. So, obviously taking a chance, being on national television, opening yourself up to the public eye is a big thing. And I learned to really dig deep and really, what does God say about me? How do I line myself up with that? And how do I go from there?
Yes, and one of your mentors on the show is the great Alicia Keys. You may have heard of her, maybe. Grammy Award winner. And you really made an impact on her. And I know that she has said some really great things about you and just your performance value and that you were always yourself.
Yes.
Right? So being bold and confident on your craft, on who you are, who God made you to be, and just pushing forward in that way. So what did it feel like to work with her and to hear those words in particular?
It was really incredible. And for someone to be as established as she is, to kind of be in awe of me essentially just existing, and I think self-love is absolutely a radical act, especially as a Black woman. So I'm like, we're going to continue to keep going and, be ourselves and show up authentically.
Yeah, love that so much. And so Miss Woods, okay, the Euell Center, tell us about it. Tell us what you all have to offer. And this is really exciting that this fundraiser is coming up. So give us more information.
Well, we have been around for 30 years, first of all, and praise God for that. And we have been working with our kids, offering them a plethora of different programs. Our main interest is making sure that they understand and know the love of Jesus Christ. And then we help them with homework, we feed them a meal, we have mentoring programs, we have performing arts program, and we have recreation programs. So anything to keep their interest, we have it.
Okay, that's awesome. And what age group do you specifically cater to?
Believe it or not, from 5 years old to 18.
Okay,
So,
wow, yeah. Full
Well,
grade
their whole
school.
school life. Yeah.
That's amazing. Awesome. And so talk to me about this concert, Home for the Holidays. What can people expect? What would the vibe be like?
It's going to be great. So it's going to be at the St. Francis Performing Arts Center downtown, a beautiful theater. It's going to just, it's going to be Christmassy. There will be gowns. There's always fashion.
Yes.
But I'm so excited to be joined by the Fort Wayne Children's Choir. They're going to be singing a couple of selections with me. Some of the students from the Euell Wilson Center. I have a solo artist. I'm super excited to highlight the youth, and then I'm going to have my guest artist. So I really wanted this to be a united front, So we're getting community, we're getting children, and we're getting local artists. So I have Cam B, I have Lisa McDavid of the Sweetwater All Stars, and I have Crystal Quiones. She is absolutely incredible. So I'm super excited. And I do have a couple of surprise artists that will be there.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing duets. We're going to be singing everything from Santa Claus is Coming to Town to, Mary Did You Know? It's going to be for everything.
That is my favorite.
Yes.
Goodness. Okay, that is that's going to hit home. That is so
Yes.
wonderful. And before you all leave, I have to shout out your EP that you dropped. And are you working on any new music right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm working on music and I cannot wait to share that. So 2024 is definitely going to be a big year for Christiana Danielle. So stay on the lookout. But also I'll be singing a Christmas song original at the show. So you guys will get a sneak peek.
Okay, wonderful. We have to come back and share once you drop some new music, okay?
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you would like more information about the Home for the Holidays concert, we'll have their website listed below to get your tickets, and we'll be right back.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
If you are looking to host over the holiday season, well, today we have some hacks for you. And joining me is Janine from the CityMoms. Good morning, Janine.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I know some of these hacks I've started to incorporate into, when we're expecting guests, and they've been super valuable. Hopefully they'll be helpful for our viewers too.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so this is the perfect season to entertain, which we
Yes.
all love. So what is your first hack for us?
Okay, first one is to plan ahead. I know that sounds super intuitive, but lots of us get to that day of and we're just kind of running around a little crazy. So few tips to kind of break down inside that planning ahead is to schedule a brainstorm meeting, especially if you have a co-host for, say a big dinner that you might be having for the holidays. Bring that co-host in, start getting some of those ideas out on the table. And then you want to make yourself a supply list because not all of us are owning all of those things that you might need. I mean, like a sterno burner and massive platters. So I always recommend borrowing those from friends first before you're going out to buy them, especially if you're not using those very often. So make
and
a
those
list.
foil, was it chafing dishes?
Absolutely.
And then pitchers if you're going to be serving multiple beverages. Yes, get that stuff in advance.
Get it in advance, but you borrow from friends because again, you don't want to take up a lot of your valuable cabinet space with some things maybe that you're not going to use. So also look at your seating arrangements. And I don't just mean around the table. If you have like 20 guests coming, I doubt you're going to have couch space and armchair space for all of them.
True.
So you want to be thinking about like bringing in some folding chairs, maybe setting up a few other seating pods at the house. So seating arrangements are going to be really important too. A few other things in there. I mean, thinking about ambiance, having music playing, but also I think a really critical one, if you're going to have older guests and youngers, make a kids-only zone. So maybe that's a playroom, maybe it's the basement, but you're going to want some separation of that church and state for sure.
Right.
So definitely thinking about that too.
Right, with some barriers up, go have fun,
Yes.
maybe assign a young adult to go and monitor them.
Perfect.
Do a little
but
work for the
wrestle
night.
in here, not in here.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
love that. So if people are coming over and they're actually having overnight guests,
Yes.
what ways can they make it more comfortable, or what hacks do you have for that?
So, I mean, the biggest thing to know is you don't have to have a guest room to have some guests over.
Okay.
And you can actually create kind of a guest space. And what I brought for you here, this is an inflatable bed. I know that you just watched me put this together.
Yeah, so
literally
quick.
60 seconds, yes, to put this together. There's even storage space underneath. So this isn't your average airbed. This is something that we found on Amazon and I'm in love with this option. So, it really makes it so easy to drop this into a rec room, a family room.
And what is it on? It's on just a little lift?
Yeah, there's little legs under this.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
So it
again,
doesn't
you
have
can
to be on the floor.
Exactly, you can tuck some luggage under there, but this is easy to put together, especially if someone, maybe weather's forcing them to stay overnight. You weren't expecting them.
Yeah.
So this is
Have
something
it ready
you
to
want to
pop, and
consider.
then I see you have a couple of items of ambiance.
I do. So toiletries. I mean, make sure. I love collecting kind of those smaller travel-sized toiletries. This is a perfect time to put those out. Maybe a little candle. But one of the biggest things that your guests are always going to be asking for is the Wi-Fi, and that's where this comes into play. So maybe either have a sign ready to go with that Wi-Fi login info, but definitely make sure you've got that posted somewhere.
This is a good smelling.
Isn't that a great one?
Wow.
Mulled cider too. So really feels kind of that ambience of the
I love a
season.
good candle.
Yeah, well, you might have to keep that one. That one's a great
Yes,
one.
smells great. Okay, and so what about the food cart? I see that you have some options over here, so talk to me about this area.
Another really important thing when it comes to hosting is having some of that multi-purpose use kind of furniture and items. Think about stackable stools. Those can work as extra seating or as a little side table. But the bar cart and art cart is definitely going to be a key one. So I've staged this a few different ways. This can be a coffee station. This can be a leftovers station. So these are cute little just like foil dishes. So park this next to the food and just have people fill those up on their way out. At the bottom, I have a decanter and some cocktail spirits. So it also could be a bar cart. So 3 different ways you can use
cute.
this. Last but not least, if you're thinking about guest room, it also works great as a nightstand.
Oh yeah, and just an easy way to kind of put these items. I
Yes.
mean, like the entertaining ambiance items. You can kind of
Yeah.
set it up with the soaps and the candles, and
Yep.
I like that multi-purpose use. And especially, I didn't think about the to-go station because that is so important. And people are like, "Where's the to-go container? Just get your
Absolutely.
little doggy bag,
Yes.
and set that up in 3 layers." That is so cool.
Yeah, well, and one of the nice thing about those aluminum foil ones is easy to throw in the oven the next day for your guests.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a great, definitely think about those leftovers. Think about how you can be arming those to get out of your house. That way you're not stuck with extra turkey for like weeks and weeks.
Right. Get rid of that food.
I know, right?
And Janine, people can actually look, read over these hacks and so much more on your website, correct?
Yep, citymoms.org or join our free membership, but we've got all the holiday hacks coming, so definitely check out our website for those.
Okay, thank you so much. And if you would like more information about the City Moms, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, you can always rewatch segments or full episodes of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com and also by downloading the WANE app. And I'll leave you with this. It's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.